It's a big day. It is a big day. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous, and I'm ready to get this show on the road. So let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again at the infamous Advanced Engine Dynamics, your one-stop shop for Southern California Miata tuning. The VVT monster is on the dyno right now, getting ready to make a lot of noise and have fun and hopefully not break anything. And I brought with me today a little something you guys might recognize. That is the 295 wheel horsepower 1.6 dyno. This is the last pull the 1.6 ever made before it didn't even make it home that day. So I brought this with me. I don't know if it's gonna be good luck or not, but I thought it was cool to have. I'm getting ready to do a couple pulls to see how much power the car makes on the rough street tune that I have it on. It's at 12 pounds of boost, 91 octane, conservative ignition timing. Just wanna get a baseline before I start cranking it up. I expect, or I guess I should say I'm hoping to see 300 horsepower on 91 octane and maybe 350 on E85, but those are not concrete numbers, and I'm not here to set a number and say I'm indefinitely gonna keep cranking it up until I hit that number, because I feel like a lot of people break their cars trying to do that. I'm here to see what the motor wants, how much power does it want to make, what is it like, does it want more boost, does it want more timing, and I don't want to push the envelope because the setup, the way it is now, it's gonna make tons of power and be fun, and I can still run it at a safe level. So I have 91 octane in the car right now. I brought E85 with me so I can do that dual fuel tuning, and just here to make noise and have fun. So without further ado, I'm gonna get a couple pulls done. We'll get this party started. Update time. I have found the courage to raiseth the boost. So I'm now at 16.5 pounds, still on 91 octane. And yeah, you remember when I said I just wanted to make 300? Honestly, I thought it would take at least 18 pounds to get there. 327 wheel horsepower, and I haven't even put the 85 in the tank yet. And honestly, I'm good right there. That's more power than I was expecting on 91. I might back the boost down just a little bit, 15.5, 16 pounds, see if it wants a little more ignition timing. I'm gonna play with the VVT, but I feel like the 91 octane tune is shaping up nicely, and I'm not gonna shoot for much more power because I want something that's nice and safe to daily drive on. Again, I'm gonna be on 91 most of the time. It's a daily driver, so I want a good rock solid tune that's not overkill. And then when I go racing, I'll put the ethanol in it. So here's a little 320 plus horsepower dyno pull for you guys. And I still have the cutout closed because I'm trying to respect the neighbors, but we'll crack that thing open later. Alright, so that one was 303 wheel horsepower, 266 pound-feet of torque. I did lower the boost a little bit on that one, just to see kind of what the effect would be. And it got into a different area of the map that's not quite tuned yet, so it ran really rich up top, dropping the horsepower quite a bit. But that is what I am here for. It still made over 300. So yeah, it did 327 at 17.1 pounds, and it did 303 at 15.8 pounds, but running super rich. So we got more work to do here, folks, but it's looking good. All right, so the 91 tune is pretty much settled in. I'm gonna do one last pull now that the car has had a chance to cool off, and I'm gonna run it with the cutout open to see if it makes any more power. We'll see what she makes and then switch over to 85. Okay. We're only on 91 still. 332 wheel horsepower, 276 pound-feet of torque at the wheels, and that's a exhaust cutout open versus closed, and gains can pretty much be attributed to the car is on open loop boost control, so it's running maybe 1 pound extra right there. It's about 17.5 pounds of boost, maybe 18 at the most, but I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm good. You can see we're spooling a little bit faster with the cutout open. That is 3,400 RPM, 250 pound-feet of torque. That's where the old 1.6 made 200 pound-feet of torque. So we're 50 pound-feet of torque higher at 3,400 RPM. This thing is turning out awesome. Let's switch fuels. All right, so to get all the 91 out of the tank, I just hooked the feed line of the chassis up to a long hose into my tank, and I'm gonna use Megasquirt to turn the fuel pump on until it's all drained. I didn't think it would happen this fast. We set everything up for flex fuel, did a pull on E85 at 4 extra degrees of ignition timing, 1 more pound of boost. It made 368. I threw a couple more degrees of timing at it, a couple more pounds of boost. Let me just show you what we're working with right now. That was the last pull. That's at 20 pounds of boost with pretty conservative ignition timing. 334 wheel torque, 392 wheel horsepower, more than I thought I was gonna be seeing today. That 317 is the equivalent pull on 91 with the cutout closed. The 91 pull is roughly 17 pounds of boost, and much less ignition timing, and then the E85 pull is 20 pounds of boost, 392. So I'm going to do a pull with the cutout open after the motor cools down a little bit, and to be honest, guys, even though the boost and timing are still fairly conservative, this thing does 400. I don't really intend on pushing it any further than that. That's more horsepower than I was expecting. I don't think it's gonna need any more than that, to be honest. That is crazy to me, honestly. I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna cry, but this is an emotional time, an emotional day. And you guys have gone with me on this journey for the last 1.5 years it's been, ever since I blew up the 1.6. And here we are, built 1.9. I built it with these hands. Everything's gone well so far, and I want to thank you guys for all the support over this entire series. This is the 45th video in the series. As far as the numbered episodes, I think I'm going to call it on this one. Number 45 is going to be the final Rebirth episode because it's reborn. Now, I don't want you to get any misconceptions like I did with Broken Boosted where I sold the car. This is my car. This is my Miata. I'm in it to win it with this car. It's my daily driver. It is the kill machine. Now, why don't we just all enjoy a nice little straight pipe E85, 20 pounds of boost in the Miata dyno pole right now. Added another pound of boost and a little bit of timing, and 415.
Oh my god.
It did 399.7, and I was like, okay. I was like, we got to do it. What do I need? Another half a pound of boost, so I bumped it up another pound, only in the high RPM. Toby convinced me to throw another 2 degrees of timing at it against my better judgment, and 415 horsepower.
Man, how many holes have you done?
This was my 40th pull.
You done 40.
Started it.
Dude,
10
we're like...
Any guesses?
376.
You made 415 horsepower.
No way. That's awesome.
The funny thing is, the car doesn't feel any different when you're just cruising. Come with me on this first drive. I'm not gonna go crazy with it, but I at least gotta enjoy this power for a pull before I take it home. Is this? Forget the first 3 gears, brother. You're not using them. I created. That's something else. I can't even believe that. That's unsafe. I wanted to come to this spot right here to film the last part of this episode, episode 45, the final episode in the Rebirth series, because right there is where the 1.6 moved under its own power for the last time. So I figured this would be a perfect place to end the series. You can kind of see the outline of the oil that came out of the 1.6. So a year and a half ago today, the 1.6 left its mark there, and we're back now with the 1.9, the VVT beast, except this time I'm not waiting for the fire department or the tow truck. I'm gonna get in and turn the key and drive it home. I want to thank you guys for being there with me through this whole process. I apologize if I'm not quite myself right now. I've been tuning for 9 hours today. Very stressful 9 hours, not just for the amount of money that I put into the car, but mostly the amount of time invested. I feel like I really just dumped my heart and soul into this car, and I could not be happier with how it's turned out. So thank you guys for going on this journey with me. Although this is the final episode of the Rebirth, episode 45, the fun is just beginning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Back from the dead.
The countdown has just begun. Are you ready? Let's go.
Now we're back from the dead.